Ask Mono is an educational program where Mono Mukundu answers questions from his followers about music and the music industry in general.
Hello once again, my name is Clive Mono Mukundu, God's favorite guitarist and obviously your favorite guitarist as well. I'm a Zimbabwean guitarist and music producer. Today I've come with a very interesting topic. I've been receiving a lot of questions and I know that many of you have been asking the same question. And the question is, isn't AI a threat to the music industry? The most recent question that I got it from Luke Jakarta. And his first question was, Mukuru, AI irikurowa Sungura yakaipa. So he was letting me know that artificial intelligence is creating very good Sungura music songs. To those of you who don't know, Sungura is one of the most popular genres in Zimbabwe. Of course, it did not originate in Zimbabwe, but we Zimbabweanized it and made it ours. So it's one of the most popular genres here in Zimbabwe. So coincidentally, 2 days ago, a friend of mine came in Warari in Jordan, sent me an AI-generated song, which is a version of Ed Sheeran's Shape of You. And it was a Sungura version. Or I might say it was a Sungura-ish version. So I was debating with a friend of mine and he was saying, what do you think of this AI version? And I told him, you know what? It's a good attempt, but they left a lot of nuances that define Sungura music. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use artificial intelligence to remove the instrumentation on the Sungura version of Shape of You, and then I'll put my own Sungura guitar version of the song. But before I do that, I'm going to explain why I don't think that AI Sungura version is perfect. If I was a lecturer, I was going to give it 2 out of 10, and I'm going to justify my marks. And then at the end, I'm going to answer that question, Yeguti, do you think artificial intelligence is a threat to the music industry? So first of all, I'm going to play the AI version of the song. Here it is.
Isn't the best place to find a lover, so the bar is where I go. Me and my friends at the table doing shots, drinking fast, and then we talk slow. Come over and start up a conversation with just me, and trust me, I'll give it a chance now. Take my hand, stop, put Van the Man on the jukebox, and then we start to dance. Now I'm singing like, tell you I want your love was handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me. Say, boy, let's not talk too much. Grab on my waist and put that body on me. Come on now, follow my lead. Come on now, follow my lead. I'm in love with the shape of you. We push and pull like a magnet do.
Let's dissect the song part by part. The drums on their own, the bass on its own, the rhythm guitar on its own, the lead guitar on its own. So I'm going to start with the drums. Zimbabwean music, whether it's Sungura, whether it's Chimurenga, or organic genres in Zimbabwe, one thing that defines them is the hi-hats. And we've got a special way our hi-hats play. For those of you who don't understand, I'm sure you understand that the drum set area, it has got a kick or the bass drum. Then there's some plates on the side of the drum that will be facing each other. We call those hi-hats. They produce that sound. So to Zimbabwean music, that is a very, very important element of our drumming. And it takes the role of the shakers or the hosho. That's why you notice that in Sungura music, usually we don't play shakers, although we do in Chimurenga or Mbira music. But hi-hats, they play a special role. So I want you to listen to what the hi-hats or how the hi-hats usually sound like. This is a programmed drum that I did, but I did it with a sample that I recorded with Obed Gomba. For you who do not know, Obed Gomba is one of the best Sungura drummers currently. So here we go. So you see, the hi-hats provide a rhythmic pattern that is very crucial. And if you listen to most Sungura songs, the hi-hats are very prominent. You can hear them clearly. And on that AI version, I don't hear any hi-hats. I don't know if they are there. But the kick is correct. The chord progression is correct because it's in the key of G and it's 1-4-1-5. And Sungura music mainly uses that chord sequence, that 1-4-1-5, but in different keys, of course. The next thing that I would like to touch on is the lead guitar. Yeah, that was a good attempt. So well done, artificial intelligence. But when it comes to melodies, every nationality has got its own melodies. I remember I was in South Africa the other time and a song played on the radio and there was a guitar solo and I said to somebody that I was sitting with, whoever played the guitar solo or whoever played guitar on that song is a Zimbabwean. And he said, how do you know? And I said, the melodies, they are very Zimbabwean. Oh, no. Whatever the choice of notes the guitarist was playing was very, very Zimbabwean. So after the song played, the DJ announced the song and then mentioned that the guitarist on the song was a Zimbabwean. I was happy to coincidentally, he mentioned that and I was justified. This is because every nationality under the sun has got its own language, its own spoken language. And even if we speak English, we've got an accent that shows where you come from. I'm sure if you're not from Zimbabwe, you can easily tell that my accent is very Zimbabwean. And I used to Moshaba, it's supposed to be like that because, you know, language is there for communication. It's not there for perfection. So as long as you hear what I'm saying and understand what I'm saying, we are good to go. So the point I'm trying to raise is that according to linguists who are musicologists, your language and your culture, it shapes whatever choice of melodies that you play on your guitar, whatever choice of melodies that you use when you sing. So when I listen to the melody on this AI song, it's not Zimbabwean at all. And it's not Sungura-ish at all. You can tell that it's a Western a guitarist who played it, or it's a Western AI. Maybe later, if we create our own artificial intelligence apps that can reproduce our melodies. Another key element of Sungura is we use a lot of intervals. What we call intervals are notes that are played, especially with two notes that are different in pitch. I can give, for example, in the key of G, or no, let's do it in the key of C. The most common interval used in Sungura is the interval of a third. I'll be playing string number 2 here, and string number 1. So string number 2 is on fret number 13, and string number 1 is on fret number 12. So according to the major scale, if I play the major scale from here, do, re, mi, do, re, mi. So it's do, re, mi. So there are 3 notes there. So the distance between do and mi, do, re, mi, is 3 notes. I know that's too technical for those who don't play instruments, but I had no option than to go technical. So if you listen to Sungura a lot, I'm sure you remember such melodies like those are thirds. I did not hear them on that song. Other intervals that we use, for example, interval of a fifth. I think one of the most popular songs with an interval of a fifth is Kurara Wope by Sivas Mashagada. So that's an interval of a fifth because I'm holding string number 2 on the 13th fret and string number 1 on the 15th fret. So it's do, re, mi, fa, sol, do, re, mi, fa, sol. So I'm holding do and so, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's an interval of a fifth. And then at times we use the interval of a fourth as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's Leonard Bembo. That's a melody line, I think, from Madiri, if I'm not mistaken. And another interval that we use is the interval of a sixth. I think that's a James Chimombe song. And one of the most complicated interval that we use is the interval of an eighth. We sometimes call them octaves. One common example is Jemeza by James Chimombe. But talking of Sungura music, one person who used octaves a lot, it's John Chibadura. If you listen to John Chibadura's songs, yay, that guy was excellent for my octaves. For me, he's the all-time best guitarist when it comes to Sungura music. The reason why I specifically said Sungura music is because the rules or principles that govern Sungura are different from the rules and principles that govern Chimurenga music, and they are different from the rules that govern DRC Rumba. So you can say, I've been watching a debate on social media where some people were saying, who is better, guitarist from Zimbabwe or guitarist from DRC? And usually that debate is usually done by people who are not musicians, who do not play. Because if you play an instrument, you know that the principles that govern DRC Rumba and the principles that govern Sungura music or Chimurenga music or rock music or blues music are totally different. Each genre of music is its own principles and its own techniques and its own melody. Everything is different. So you can't compare a guitarist from one genre with a guitarist from another genre. I think maybe the debate should have been maybe about versatility. Because when it comes to versatility, I have to be honest with you, I've never seen guitarists who are as versatile as Zimbabwean guitarists. I've traveled around the world. I've played with a lot of guitarists from around the world. Zimbabwean guitarists are very versatile. But anyway, the topic of today is on artificial intelligence. Then the other element that I have to discuss is the bass. If you listen to the bass on that artificial intelligence song, it's just going ding. It's in the key of G. Just going ding, down. That's not how you play Sungura bass. I've got, I think, 1 or 2 tutorials on YouTube that explain how you play Sungura bass. Because Sungura bass, the way we play Sungura bass, the style is almost the same, or the concept, yeah, let me use the word concept. The concept is the same as the concept that we use on the lead guitar, where you create melodies around a chord progression. So if the song is G, C, G, and D, you don't play them direct like this. G, C, G, D. You create melodies like a and you can see the technique that I'm using. That's a very common technique in Sungura, and I've got a YouTube tutorial that explains that. And that's not what was played on that artificial intelligence song. And the other thing is the rhythm guitar. In Zimbabwe, all our music has got a rhythm guitar. If it's Mbira music, usually we substitute the rhythm guitar with Mbira. But for Sungura, there's always a rhythm guitar that is what the EQ is not that bright. It's usually with a darker EQ, and it usually plays on the lower octave, and it plays repeatedly the same thing. Usually one song can have one or two melodies only. It plays the same throughout. And then there is a part on the song which we call kunyutura, where the lead guitar goes, and then the bass guitar and the lead guitar goes silent, and then they leave all the time to the rhythm guitar. We call it kunyutura. That's a very important part of Sungura music, and that's the part where everybody dances. It's a key element of Sungura music. I also did not hear it on that AI song. So I'm going to play you my version of the same song. Like I mentioned, I'm going to remove all the instruments and leave the vocals only. And then I'm going to add my own instruments. Here we go.
Place to find a lover, so the bar is where I go. Me and my friends at the table doing shots, drinking fast, and then we talk slow. Come over and start up a conversation with just me. Trust me, I'll give it a chance now. Take my hand, stop, Van the man on the jukebox, and then we start to dance. Now I'm singing loud. Your love was handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me. Say, boy, let's not talk too much. Grab on my waist and put that body on me. Come on now, follow my lead. Come on now, follow my lead. I'm in love with the shape of you. We push and pull like a magnet do. Although my heart is falling too, I'm in love with your body.
So now I'm going to give my verdict on whether artificial intelligence is a threat to the music industry or not. I know that they are going to improve, so maybe very soon we won't be able to tell whether it's an artificial intelligence song or it was done fair. But currently they are not yet there. Number one. Number two, I do not think that artificial intelligence is a threat to the music industry, because music is a human art form with emotions, with shared experiences. And you notice that usually songs that are based on someone's emotions, like heartbreak songs, if you listen to Taylor Swift and Adele, those songs are driven by emotions, especially heartbreak emotions. And any song that is written based on emotions, it's very easy for it to resonate well with anybody who listens to that song. So there are several decisions that are put into the creation of music that are very human, which I think cannot be duplicated by any machine or any technology. If you look into history, in the 60s, the American Federation of Musicians, they banned drum machines. When drum machines were introduced, drummers were afraid that their jobs would be taken by drum machines. But that was in the 60s. But right now, I'm sure we can all tell that a lot of music recordings, in fact, these days, I think the majority of music recordings, the drums are programmed. Were drummers kicked out? No. But were they justified to be afraid? Yes, they were. Why? Because as human beings, we are always afraid of new technologies. Because we sometimes think it's an existential threat. It's just human to be afraid of new things. In 1979, a group called the Buggles released a song called The Video Killed the Radio Star. The song was sort of like mentioning that the video or videos, music videos, were going to kill an element of music. Like when you're listening to a song on radio, you visualize what you visualize in your mind. And the thinking was that visualizing is a key element of listening to music. So by releasing a video, you are going to kill that visualization. So according to this band, videos were not a good thing to the music industry. They were an existential threat to the music industry. But right now, everybody is doing videos. But were they justified to be afraid? Yes, they were. As human beings, we are always afraid of new things. Now, do you remember even when the radio, the phonograph was introduced? I think it was created by Thomas Edison in 18-something. I don't remember the year correctly. Musicians were also afraid that when people buy records, they are going to stop coming to shows. So every period of time, there's a new technology that is introduced. The music industry is always afraid with Mawan. Because right now, as we speak, there are many advantages that have been introduced due to artificial intelligence. For example, just 3-4 years ago, there was no way you could take a song as an MP3 and find its separate files. There is what we call separate files. You know, when you're recording a song, the bass guitar will be on its own track, the lead guitar on its own track, the lead vocal on its own track. Every single element of a song will be on its own track. And if you want to redo the song or remix the song, you need these proper studio files, the proper studio session, or the master tapes from the studio, so that you can separate everything and remove what you want to remove and add what you want to add, and even mix the song, because you can't do a remix when you don't have those session files. But these days with artificial intelligence, you can do that. Even the song that I did just now, I used artificial intelligence to remove all the instruments and left the vocals alone. So my conclusion is artificial intelligence is not a threat. It's just going to be a very useful tool that we are going to use to create music. But obviously, there are people who are going to use artificial intelligence to create songs. In fact, the Puerto Rico right now, they are there already. Because if you take a look on Spotify, there are a number of fake bands that are there. But I seriously doubt that they are going to be a threat. Or let me put it this way, I seriously doubt that artificial intelligence is going to be a threat to the music industry. So thank you for watching. See you on another video.